Welcome back to episode 2 of Brexit or Bust. When you were last with us, we just kick-started off our rebuild of West Ham, with a lot of wholesale changes due to the club changing the culture and only wanting home nation players in its team. There was a lot of departures, but we've also made some signings. We also kicked off our league campaign with a victory over Brighton. So, you're probably wondering, have we managed to strengthen the squad further? Well, the answer to that question is yes. Let's have a look at the signings that we've managed to complete on the transfer deadline day. First up is left-back Aaron Hickey, who we signed for £8 million from Bologna. He has the potential to be an outstanding addition to the squad, and he certainly has the right attributes in the right places to help his development. That being said, we've loaned him back to Bologna as part of the deal, so we might not see him in action here at the London Stadium until next season. Next, we look to continue to strengthen the defence and sign Darryl Fry from Middlesbrough. He's cost us £7.25 million plus additional future fees, but he's come in and done a good job so far. He's going to be mainly a fringe player, but if we pick up a few injuries, then he's going to get thrust into action, and I have faith that he'll do a good job for us. Now we move to the midfield. We've made 3 additional signings in this area for the team. First up is Ryan Kent, who we've signed from Rangers for £12.5 million. The ex-Liverpool player decided it was time to move back down south and chose West Ham to test himself in the Premier League. He can play in most positions in the forward area, so it's certainly a good addition to the squad. He has managed to also come in with a good return so far, with 3 goals and 4 assists in 13 appearances so far this season. Another addition to the squad is Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. We splashed big money on him, a massive £27 million. It's certainly a risk for someone that doesn't have any Premier League experience, but I think it's a gamble worth taking. With Mark Noble expected to retire at the end of the season, we need to invest in the future, and I think he is potentially that. Only time will tell. Our final sign-on of the window is Ronaldo Vieira. Okay, we've not signed someone with a dodgy passport. He's in fact English and was applying his trade in Serie A. He's a product of the Leeds Youth Academy and is capped at under 21 level. He's fitted into the team very well so far and has had a few excellent games as Mark Noble has been out injured a few times this season so far. With plenty of games to play, I'm sure he's going to certainly be a great addition to the squad and get plenty of game time this season. So in all, it's been a pretty first successful transfer window here in charge at West Ham. If you take out the £55 million on already agreed transfers that the board had already made, we've pretty much balanced the books on the money in and out. We still have a few players to shift on, so hopefully we can get them out in the January window. So, the big question is now, how have we been performing on the pitch? Let's find out.
So as you can see, life in the Premier League has started off fairly brightly. We're currently sitting 6th in the table after 14 games on 25 points, which I think in all is a very good start. At one point we were riding as high as 2nd, but we've suffered a couple of defeats against some of the notably bigger teams in the division. So all in all, it's a good start. Let's check out the fixtures that we've had while you've been away. So notably, there's been a couple of disappointing results, but also a few positive results. Let's run through the disappointing results that we've suffered in the Premier League campaign so far. First off, after the positive result against Brighton in our opening game, we then slipped an away defeat 1-0 against Leicester City. Then we've also had another disappointing defeat away at Newcastle when we went down 2-0. And the result that I'd really rather forget quickly was the 5-2 defeat at the hands of Manchester United at the London Stadium. The home fans and I myself left unhappy with this one. Alright, there has been some notable positive results. Thankfully, there was a nice 3-1 victory over Arsenal away at the Emirates. And also, we managed to beat Liverpool 1-0 at home. Thankfully though, we got back to winning ways after that horrendous Man United defeat with a 1-0 victory over Norwich. Which now that brings us to how we've been performing in Europe. Thankfully, that's considerably better.
As you can see, our European adventure has certainly started off in fine fashion, with us topping the group currently after playing 5 games on 15 points. We've already qualified for the next stage, and all we need to do is avoid a heavy defeat away at Napoli and we're there, top of the group. Let's have a look at the fixtures that we've managed to do in European action while you've been away. So, started off with a nice 1-0 victory at home against Napoli. Then we travelled to Antwerp and won 2-1 away. Then we travelled to Ukraine and won 4-0 against Zora. The return leg at the London Stadium was a goal fest as we managed to win 7-2. And then the next game against Antwerp, again at the London Stadium, with another goal fest as we ran out 5-1 winners. So in European action, we are certainly a goal machine. Hopefully, though, we can complete the clean sweep and get another victory away at Napoli in our final game in our European group stages.
So that now brings us to today's game, and this is a tricky fixture. Alright, Wolves are currently sitting rock bottom on only 3 points, but I'm under no illusion that this is still going to be a tricky game for us. They're still a decent team, and they're just not having much luck at the moment, Wolves, but I'm sure we can overcome them. Let's jump into the team news. So here's the lineup for the game against Wolves. Henderson starts in goal with back four of Creswell, Holgate, Dawson, Johnson. Midfield two of Noble and Dewsbury Hall, as we need to rest Rice for a bit. And up in front of them is Curtis Jones, Chesters, Bowen, and Ollie Watkins leading the line up front. There's plenty of room on the bench for the likes of Martin, Jones, Fry, Longhello, Rice, Ronaldo Vieira, Longstaff, Kent, and also Diallo. Let's jump into the game. So, the teams are coming out for this one. At Molineux, this is going to be a tricky game, this one. I can see this being a very close encounter. But hopefully we can take the form from the last game and move it into this game. Early opportunity. Curtis Jones finds Creswell after he's taken the corner, crosses the ball back in. And there's Chesters just to put it behind, but Connor Cody's got a nick on it. And it's gone out for a corner. Creswell with another corner coming in. It's looped in. But Wolves do well to clear it away. Good start so far. Liking this so far from the boys. Here's Asar with a long clearance up front. Holgate's underneath it. Chesters finds Bowen. Finds Chesters again. Spreads it through to Curtis Jones, who's managed to smash that wide. That would have been easier to score that opportunity. Still, we're doing alright so far. Can't fault it. This is pretty much how we are at the moment. Building and building and building possession wise. Then all of a sudden, we managed to just get that breakthrough. Chesters finds Bowen in the box, cuts it back. Chesters, and Chesters has come back into the team today and has fired a low shot past Jose Sarr to make it 1-0 to West Ham. Lovely bit of build-up play. This is lovely ball through there for Chesters, the Bowen controlling the box. He stops, cuts it back, finds Chesters in the 18-yard line and then smashes it home. 1-0. Wolves still a dangerous team, so there's potential anything could happen in this match. Especially with the likes of Neves. Fredericks. Obviously, we sold him. He went off to Wolves. Wanted out. But it's what it is. Sometimes players want to leave, and sometimes you've got to let them go. Approaching the half-hour mark now. Getting there, moving forward. Still dominating this game at the moment. Just needs to try and take a few more chances and put them away. Bowen's looking a little jaded. I have to bring him off early on in the second half. If we can get another goal, I'm sure we can try and relax a little bit and potentially take him off a little bit sooner. Chesters, Johnson. Over the ball to Curtis Jones. Made it 2-0. Excellent bit of football that from West Ham. Beautiful football. Just what the fans wanted to see us playing. Taking our time, working the ball in. Lovely ball from Johnson. Over the top. There's Curtis Jones onto it like a flash. And puts it past the stranded Jose Sarr. And we grab another just before half time. Make it 3-0. Certainly make things a lot easier in the second half. Dewsbury Hall with his effort just over the bar. And there's the half time whistle. Well, it's certainly been a dominating performance from ourselves in the first half. because we currently lead 2-0. Going to have a chat with the boys, make sure they can keep this tight in the second half and don't let this Wolves team back into it. Join us in a second. Players are coming back out for the second half now. Hopefully we can continue in our rich vein of form, especially this dominating possession of football that we've done today so far against this Wolves team. I don't know how this Wolves team's in this position, rock bottom, but I'm going to take it. All I should really be concerned about is ourselves. I think we're going to make a few changes though. We will. 70-minute mark. I'm going to make a few changes. Join us in a second. Well, we've made a few changes and we're back. We've brought on Diallo, Fry, and also Kent to replace Watkins, Bowen, and also Johnson, who was struggling a little bit at right back. So Holgate's slotted into right back now. But it looks like it's going to be ticking away, and we've done our job today as we've absolutely dominated this Wolves team here at Molineux. Well, there it is. Final whistle's blown, and another victory. 2-0 this time over a very, very poor Wolves team. But can't rest on our laurels now. We've got an important game coming up next against Napoli in the Europa League. If we win that, we're going to surely top the group. Well, we're going to top the group as long as we don't lose by 5 games. So, join us next time to see how we've got on, and also, have we managed to strengthen anyone else in the transfer window, because that's fastly approaching now for the January window. Join us next time as we continue Brexit or Bust.